One time I had an idea for a drawing for a whole year. For a whole year that idea was sitting in my head haunting me. I think about this drawing very often, and me thinking about it constantly made it feel as though I had already drawn it, even though I hadn't even touched the pencil or opened my sketchbook to start the sketch. Then I kept making up excuses as to why I couldn't draw it. I was like, oh, I have school, I don't have time, I would just keep giving myself random excuses as to why I couldn't just start the drawing. I even had summer break, and I was like, oh nah, I can't do it, I'm working. Girl. Then I felt disappointed and honestly kind of sad that I was just sitting there with the idea in my head with no execution. I felt awful. It was actually this drawing right here. In this video, I wanted to talk about how you can avoid this feeling by simply taking action. Tip number 1 is that know that nobody's gonna do it for you. This is your craft, your responsibility, and your passion. So nobody's gonna be there to tell you, oh, do this, do that. You are your only driving force. There's a reason why you're you and you have this skill, this talent. Sometimes I see people saying, oh, I don't know how to start. Well, open your sketchbook first of all and get you a pencil and literally draw one line. Like, start with that. There's a start right there in that one line. If you want to do better than just a line, you got to do the research. You got to put in the hours too, because sometimes we're just too impatient. Be able to get to the point where you own the craft and it doesn't own you. I know what it's like not wanting to draw or paint anything. I used to make these like cringy little TikToks about how my paintings or drawings weren't gonna finish themselves, and when I look back, I cringe so hard because I could have used that time making that TikTok to just finish the drawing. Here's another thing also. It's not about motivation. It's not about working extremely hard until your head hurts. You gotta be working smarter. I'm gonna show you how to keep that creative spark alive without getting haunted by your own ideas. Start small, set small goals. So personally, I get pretty intimidated by big projects. We do these every month at my school. However, I've gotten used to them now. The key to tackle a big drawing or a big project is to divide it into multiple smaller projects within that same one. So for example, instead of drawing or trying to finish a whole drawing in one day, try to decide which part of the drawing you want to work on. So you basically decide what stage you want to be in the next day. Don't make the task itself a huge deal. For example, when I want to draw every day, I tell myself all I gotta do is draw something for 10 to 15 minutes. And it's fine if it's ugly, you know? I tell myself that, and I give myself the freedom to just stop after those 10 minutes. But funny enough, I usually want to keep going. And if you do this every day for 7 days, you've basically spent 105 minutes on drawing that week, which is better than nothing if you ask me. Setting small goals also helps you to stay disciplined because you reach them faster, and it helps you reach the next one because you won't feel like it's such a huge task. Set a time frame for yourself. Personally, I hate deadlines. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like them at all. I hate having to finish a painting in a certain time frame, but something that art school taught me was to stick to these deadlines and actually finish my drawings. I used to not finish any of my artworks back in the day, and I was a mess. I'm not gonna lie, like a messy mess, especially if it was a bigger scale painting or drawing. So if you have that negative outlook on deadlines like I do, please understand that they're there for your own benefit. If you tell yourself, okay, I have 10 days to finish this, and you promise yourself this, you're more likely to finish that painting or drawing. There's something important in that. A deadline is essentially you communicating with yourself. Many times we don't think before we draw. We mostly think before we speak. But I believe that if we applied that same energy to our drawings and had a more conscious approach, we would have more clarity on what to do and why. Get out of your I'll do it later era, because you have 10 to 15 minutes. Come on. You just got to make the conscious decision to spend those minutes on drawing and not scrolling, for example. Know that it's better to start than not. Many of us are perfectionists. I be wanting my work to look refined, like perfect and just really tight, amazingly. I just want a good look to it. Thinking like this can stop you from starting at all. It is a huge stressor to put on yourself when you haven't even started the drawing yet. You're like, oh, it has to be perfect. I gotta do it work, like make it work. You haven't even started, so you don't know what to do to make it work. because you don't know what's going to happen when you do start. So please, just take out the sketchbook and just start. Just start with something. It doesn't have to look perfect when you start. At school, we're actually encouraged to make mistakes so that we can fix them later. Drawing is a game of adjustments. Small adjustments that end up being masterpieces. Your idea in your head won't magically appear on paper or on canvas. So make mistakes until you get close to your desired results. Prioritize the fun aspects. When the creativity is high and the will to draw is low, you probably won't be able to draw something that you don't find amusing or fun to draw. If we're being completely honest here, the main reason why we draw or keep fighting ourselves to draw is because we found it fun once and we know that we love it deep down. We just don't know what. So instead of trying to fight yourself, find the part of the process that you love. It could be the part where you come up with ideas. It could be the part where you do the small thumbnails, where you just gather information, or you can even enjoy taking pictures of yourself to draw later. Whatever it is, prioritize that. The more fun you have making art, the more likely you are to keep going with that. Another tip I have is to make it a routine. I know people don't like this one, but I gotta say it. Let me tell you the benefits of making drawing a part of your daily routine. A routine, a habit. Yeah, want. Sounds weird since making art is often intuitive. If you start seeing creative activities as something to do daily, it will become something that feels normal. Before leaving the house, we always wash our faces. We always brush our teeth. So do that with the drawing part. Make it a habit. The key is to literally normalize drawing the same way you've normalized brushing your teeth or showering.